Ladies and gents, let's chat. Let's talk about John Eustace. Let's talk about what is going on with Derby County at the moment, because it has been a situation which is it's going around in the background. Let's put it that way. It's something that definitely, in my opinion, needs discussing. It's definitely something that I feel is an interesting one. It is an interesting one. Now, I'm going to go through some of your chats and then I'm going to sort of give my take on it. So, welcome in Derby Edits. How are you doing, bro? Welcome in Ozzers. Richard, I'm all good. How are you? Take McLaren from Jamaica says Derby Edits. Won't be able to join for the first bit of the stream, but we'll join afterwards. Perfect. For now, Eustace in, but if he loses Sonarch and QPR this week, 100% out. Without Zetterstrom, could have been a cricket score. I agree. How long is the stream going to last? So we're going to be live on YouTube till about 6. Then after that, we're going to be live on Twitch playing FC till I have to go and pick the missus up. Can you bring the gaming streams back to YouTube? Derby Edits, the gaming streams will come back to YouTube when the gaming channel hits 50. Because I'm going to do my gaming streams over there, if that makes sense. We need to give him time. So annoyed, missed out on Sheffield United tickets today at the last second, so frustrating. I think he should stay since Arsenal trust Arteta. Eustace in. I think it was more entertaining seeing the guy watching the game in the trees. Don't disagree. Everyone's saying Eustace out, and fair play to them. He deserves to be, especially if he loses tomorrow night. I don't disagree. Welcome in Alison, welcome in Sigma, welcome in Leaf, and how are you doing, Freddie? Freddie says 100% should stay, and now I'm caught up on all your messages. So let's get into this just a little bit. But before we do that, let me just take a drink. I'm off now, Lewis. We'll be back about 20-30 minutes. No worries at all, Richard. No worries at all. Now, this is a big discussion for me, and I know some people aren't going to like it. I know some people will. I know some people won't. But this is something that I felt had to be discussed, because as much as I enjoy John Eustace, I like John Eustace as a manager. I think there's a lot of positives that came out of him across the course of last season. I think heading into this one, it's just not quite hit the levels we anticipated. What did you play, FC 25 or 26? 26 Sigma will be live on twitch.tv/Lewis_Everett1 straight after this stream, playing FC 26. But in terms of Eustace, it just is a little bit of an issue, isn't it? Like, let's not beat around the bush for a second. We are sitting pretty much in the drop zone, and statistically, we are shit. We're genuinely awful, and it's really hard to see where Derby County can turn this around. I know this next set of fixtures are supposed to be sort of the easy run, if that makes sense, but ultimately, I don't know. I don't know where the next win's coming from or anything, to be honest with you. It's quite a disappointing start. Beza says, I think when everyone's fit and we can finally start playing three at the back, we will get into form. The thing is, though, we haven't played a back three for a fair while now, to be honest with you. And ultimately, it hasn't really got any better. Now, I've got a video dropping at 6:15 on YouTube discussing John Eustace, potential replacements and things like that. And that is brilliant, right? That there's potential replacements out there. There's discussions that can be had in that regard. But ultimately, it is really hard to discuss what's going on with Derby County and with John Eustace for me, because I love Eustace. I love what we saw with Eustace last season. But ultimately, at some point, the curtain closes and it's time for change. And whether that be with a new manager, whether it be with John Eustace changing his ways a little bit, I personally don't know. I think it's a difficult call, if that makes sense. I'm a sub and like, appreciate that, Sigma, bro, appreciate that. Make sure you go and check out the gaming channel. That's got all my FC 26 content on and stuff like that. I just feel like we should be doing better. and I do find it really hard having these discussions because you don't want to upset people. You don't want to cause drama. Like, that's not what I'm here for. But ultimately, it's a difficult conversation to have when you're sitting 21st in the league with 1 win in 10 games, and you're not hitting the performance levels. You're just not. And how many do you usually get on Twitch? We had about 5 or 6 on Sunday when we was doing Foot Champs Derby edits. So if you get yourself a Twitch account, you can be over there later. I swear if we sack Eustace and bring in that manager from Spurs and Forest. If you're on about Nuno, he's gone to... or you're on about Ange. Nuno or Ange. I think we've just got ourselves a new subscriber. Appreciate that. Sigma, appreciate that, bro. How are you doing? But I don't know. I genuinely don't know. In my head, who would ultimately replace him? I think we should look to Eustace for why. But I still think we are a way off time for him to go just yet. Fair enough. And that's what I'm sort of here to discuss, because I don't really know who could replace him. Like, obviously you've got, what's his name? Lee Carsley from England Under-21s, who always seems to be linked with Derby. And I think that would be a great manager to bring in. I think Carsley has great pedigree. But ultimately, do I think that it would? Do I think that he'd improve us? Do I think we've got the players to hit his capabilities? I don't know. Beza says Ange. I don't think we'll be getting Ange, if I'm completely honest. Although, you never know. Weirder things have happened. We signed Wayne Rooney, for Christ's sake. We had Frank Lampard as a manager take us to a playoff final. Now, I personally have no idea what is going to happen this week. I genuinely don't know how Eustace turns this around. I don't know how Eustace picks up these performances, because when you've done what Eustace has done in regards to last season, obviously he gets the benefit of the doubt in regards to time, but does he get, how long does that last for? Louis Birch says, we spent a lot of money to bring Eustace in and get him in his players. We need to stick with him. But ultimately though, Louis, how long do you stick with him before you go, do you know what? I think the curtain is drawn. It's difficult. It is very, very difficult to judge this situation and what may or may not happen, if that makes sense. We're just chucking ourselves live over on TikTok, so just give me 2 seconds. Should I get 9 accounts and subscribe to the gaming channel with all of them so the streams can return? If that's what you want to do, bro, if that's what you want to do, I can't tell you to do that, because that would be TOS, but if that's what you'd like to do, go for it. How did Travis get injured? Apparently he's out for 6 weeks. I'm assuming he did it in training, but ultimately I don't really know, if that makes sense. But he's got a calf strain, I believe, which is the thing that's keeping him out for a few weeks. But what do you think? I don't know what to think in regards to John Eustace and the way that this could go or couldn't go. Like, it's a difficult call. It's a really difficult call to make. And I don't know. It's a shit position to be in, because obviously Eustace did so great for us last year, but ultimately you can't ignore the performances we're putting in. Appreciate the likes, Murphy. Appreciate the share, Dylan. Welcome in, bro. I don't know, honestly. As a Brum fan, give him time, he'll turn it around. I hope he does. Like, and the thing is, I will speak about the situation with John Eustace consistently across the course of the next few weeks, and obviously heading into the international break, because at the end of the day, it is a big talking point with Derby County at the moment, and it is a big talking point with the Championship, really, and sort of where this could go. But ultimately, if Eustace doesn't start picking up results, he's gonna be gone. Like, and that is the situation. Ebu was the best player on the pitch against Oxford. It was just the rest of the team except Zetterstrom. I don't actually think Ebu was that good on Saturday, if I'm honest. I think the lack of pace in your team is a real issue. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree. Keep him till January, says Ken. Do you know this? I put a poll out. How you doing, Deeksha? How you doing? I put a poll out on YouTube community. Let me just go and see. Let me just go and see what that is actually saying at the moment, because I did put a poll out asking people's opinions about John Eustace and whether he should stay and go, because ultimately I don't really know what he should do. I genuinely don't know. So if we go and look at that poll which I posted, it's had 90 votes so far. Go and have your say if you haven't done so already. 72% are saying that Eustace stays, 28% are saying that Eustace goes, which obviously is fairly decent whack of people, but ultimately it's difficult, innit? It's difficult. Afternoon, Stephen. How you doing, bro? I am all good. If we don't get 4 points from the next 2 games, he has to go. Fair enough. I don't necessarily disagree with that. Both home games as well. How you doing, football fan, bro? How are you doing? I did worry for you when you never addressed the wide areas in the summer. Do you know something? I think heading into the summer, that was the most obvious position that we needed sorting. It was the 2 wide areas and a number 9. Now, obviously, there's other positions that we needed additions as well, and we needed quality, but it's difficult. It is difficult that we look at those positions and it didn't happen. We can't keep a manager, fair. What do you think we should do with Eustace? I'm unsure. I'm very unsure at the moment. That is why I've come on. That is why I've come on stream today, genuinely, because I want to discuss it. I'm good, thank you, apart from the fact we lost, but we'll get there. How are you? I'm all good, thanks, bro. Said they're still gelling, but it's taking too long. I agree. I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. Afternoon, Paul. How you doing, bro? How are you doing, James? Derby Edit says everyone should subscribe to Lewis Everett Gaming so the gaming streams can return. Go and give it a subscribe if you haven't done so already, and then we'll be live streaming over there. I'd give him 3 games. If we still show no improvement, I say Eustace out. Fair enough. The problem is if you sack Eustace, I can't see you getting anyone better. We can't waste him. His replacement could be worse. I agree. I think he should go. Fair enough, LP. I got a feeling tomorrow, the day we will get a win. We're not bad. We just can't score. I don't disagree. Sean Dyche out already. Apparently can do... what are you on about, Beza? What are you on about, Broski? You can do online career mode with another person. Fair enough. Fair enough. Has Sean Dyche actually been announced at Forest yet? That's an interesting one. This is coming from a Norwich fan. You boys will be fine tomorrow night. Do you know something, user? Honestly, who knows? We've been so bad. Has to stay, says Theo. Can't wait for another 90 minutes of shit. Yep, that's what we're going to see tomorrow. That is what we're going to see tomorrow. I don't think we're in a position to remove John from his role, so how does he turn this around? Honestly, I recorded a video about an hour ago discussing what's it called? The injuries and sort of what I want to see and things like that. And I think we need to go 4-3-3 with 1 sitter and 2 8s. But I don't know if we will. I do think there was a lack of technical quality in the squad. My mate went drinking with Tyche yesterday. Fair enough. Yeah, he's in charge. 8-game rolling contract. Fair enough. We can't score. Can't stop teams from scoring. So if you score 1 tomorrow, you'll get the win. Love it. Eustace class manager. How has your new players adapted to the champ? It's not looking good. Ultimately, we're not. It's not working. To be quite honest with you. How you doing, Carlos Sainz? How's Eustace doing, lads? Not great, let's put it that way. Are you live streaming West Ham versus Brentford tonight? I won't be. I want to go to 10 away games this season. I'm going to the next 5 in a row, hopefully. Love that for you. When's the next EA26 stream, mate? I will be live on Twitch straight after this stream. Playing FC26, Stephen. So make sure you're over on Twitch. Nice jumper, I appreciate that, Dom. Do you reckon we get relegated? I don't think we will. I'm alright, thanks, George. How are you, bro? How are you? Stay, I think, because there isn't anybody else. Fair enough. What did you predict before the season? I've said for a while that I think we'll finish 9th. But honestly, I don't know. Ajman was benched on Saturday. I don't know why he's done that. Because he only got back from international duty on Thursday afternoon. So he didn't really train, if that makes sense. Not a Derby fan. Is Eustace any good? He was last season. This season, not so much. Are you Eustace in or out? I'm in the middle at the moment. Who's going to be the midfield tomorrow? For me, I'd go with Adams, Ozo and Bobby Clark as a midfield three. But we will see. We will see. He doesn't know his best team yet. I agree. Not amazing, to be honest, mate. Derby are painful to watch. 100% agree on that. Had to rush Puppy to vet Saturday night. 370 quid later. One injection. Nothing else. Rip off. I agree. Give him till internationals. If don't improve, need sack him. Fair enough. I reckon we win Tuesday, draw Saturday. I hope so. Richard says Eustace out, Everett in. Let's get it going. If Liam Rossignol, we would probably remain in League One, but preparing kids for the future instead of old men chasing their last paycheck. Fair enough. Are you going to the game tomorrow? Yes, I am, Richard. Yes, I am. Me and a few mates are committing to Swansea away on a Tuesday, staying over the things I do for this club. I feel bad for you, bro. Pre-match waiting room tomorrow. If so, what time? Yes, it'll depend on if I have to pick my granddad up or not. So I'll put a post out tomorrow. How's Sanderson getting on? I think Sanderson's doing okay, to be honest. You need to back him as you bought players he wants. They need time to gel, same as us. Fair enough. Back to three at the back? Probably. Lewis, what's your thoughts on the Eustace situation? Honestly, I think it's a really difficult situation that we find ourselves in with John Eustace, because I think Eustace is a very good manager. I don't understand what's going wrong, if I'm honest. We aren't really creating anything. We're not really conceding a lot of chances either, but when we do, it goes in. So I don't know. Coventry going to win the season, do you reckon? Probably. You mean he bought half of Rovers? Only one player came directly from. Stop moaning about Eustace, give it a break. Well, George, right. Now, there's been a few people that have given me a bit of shit over the course of the last, let's say, week or so in regards to John Eustace and the Derby County squad. Well, let's just put it into perspective, right? So, George, let's put this in. Not conceding a lot of chances. Did you watch the last match? Realistically, most of our chances were conceded in the first few games. We've been a very tight ship, but we're still conceding sloppy goals. Richard, I'll give him until the international break. They have no better scores. Time to go. I learnt yesterday that Zetterstrom has higher saves per match. Doesn't surprise me one bit. Get Tomo playing. He's currently injured. Is Bart playing at the moment? No. He should go. Dom says it's time to go. My team for tomorrow: 4-2-3-1. Zetterstrom, Elder, Langas, Clark, Johnston, Ozo, Adams, Brewster, Clark, Ward, Morris. That team wins 2 or 3-0. We can hope. Give him till the 8th of November. That's probably what we did. People did to know that Ipswich, Sunderland, and Sheffield United spent 4 or 5 seasons in League One before back to the champ. Yeah, I agree. Give Eustace a season, we'll be pushing top 8 next season. That's if we stay in the division. To be honest, it's not really Eustace's fault that the squad isn't putting the performances in. No, but they're his players. So let him stay, I reckon. Fair enough, Scotty. Back to Blackburn, he was class. Right then. So, George, let's have this discussion about why I'm discussing this, right? So in terms of goals per match, we sit 11th in the league. In terms of goals conceded, we're 19th per match with 1.6. Average possession, we're 21st. Clean sheets, we're 20th. Expected goals, we're 24th. Shots on target per match, 24th. Big chances, 23rd. Big chances missed, also 23rd. Accurate passes, we are 20th. Accurate long balls, we're 8th, which I think is poor. Accurate crosses per match, 20th. Penalties awarded is probably the only thing we're in the top 6. We're 2nd. Touches in the opposition box, 23rd. Corners, we're 17th. XG conceded, we find ourselves 5th. Interceptions per match, 20th. Tackles per match, 10th. Clearances per match, we are 12th. Possession winning the final third, 20th. Penalties conceded, we are top of that with 2. Saves per match, we're top with 4.1. Fouls per match, we're third with 12.7. Yellow cards, we're top with 30. Now, all of those things show the reason why we should be worried with where we are. But ultimately, who knows? Just bought my train tickets to Derby. The tickets aren't on sale yet. Don't worry, I'm in. Fair enough, bro. Glad another Derby fan bought this up. Derby have had some tough games and the players need settling. The thing is, right, I agree that we need time to gel and things like that. But ultimately, there needs to be some sort of basis to build on, if that makes sense. And right now, I don't think we have a basis to build on. I think in terms of all the underlying data, we're probably the worst team in the league. If that, like, genuinely probably the worst team in the league. We look low on confidence. I don't disagree. Wait, you have had 30 yellow cards in 10 games. Yes, we're top of the league. We're top of the league. Put it as this: every season we have at least 5 or 6 players go. He's still adapting with new players. He is adapting with new players. And I'm not going to turn around and say that it isn't going to take time to adapt. But ultimately, if we don't start putting... If this was Paul Warne, for example, he'd have been absolutely battered for these performances. Genuinely. Not really Eustace's fault. It's the squad that isn't putting performances. But at the end of the day, it's his squad, George. It's his squad. Ibu Adams overrated, in my opinion. Fair enough. I wish we kept him. He was class. Get Billy Davis back in. I think we'll draw 1-1 tomorrow, but only scrape a point. Awful performance. Atmosphere at Pride Park will be absolutely toxic. We're crap at the minute until Eustace goes. I don't think I'll ever be confident that we win a match. I was away at Cardiff last season when the fans were wanting Paul Warne. If we lose 2 games in the week, it will get toxic. I agree. Danny Roller's just been confirmed as Rangers manager. We're top of the league for yellow cards. My mate thinks we'll lose 1-0 tomorrow and Eustace will resign afterwards. Could potentially happen. I don't know if he will... I don't know if he'll resign, if I'm honest. Enjoying Eustace was about 2 months ago. Not so much anymore. He's built a team with no identity. I agree. My mate's a Derby fan and he said at the start of the season they've got a good squad and it's injuries. Yeah, but you can only blame injuries for so much. If you aren't putting the performances on, then ultimately that sits on Eustace. That's a fair point. It's like Ange Postecoglou had like 5 chances in the first half but couldn't score. Yeah, but the problem with us is we're not creating chances. That's our problem for me. Completely lost at how we look from the back end of last season to this season. We look so much worse. I agree. His interview with Radio Derby said everything in my opinion. I don't disagree. Eustace the Snake says 1984. I think Eustace is really passionate for the club though. He ain't giving up. No, of course he won't give up. Hi Lewis, sorry I've been off it a couple of days. Not been very well, so I've been getting rest. Hope you feel better soon, bro. I know you're above us, but this is hilarious. Blackburn fan in peace. Do you know something, Katie? It is hilarious. Like, with what we saw last season, this is nowhere near it. Genuinely nowhere near it. To be honest, I'm not bothered that Travis is injured. I prefer Ibu, fair. As a Blackburn fan, I would take him back if Val goes, fair. How many more losses until he resigns or Klaus pulls the plug? I don't know. Yes, Monty, head on over to YouTube, bro. Sounds like Eustace's interviews are pre-recorded, just rinse and repeat. I agree. It's very much a bit like it was at Paul Warne. If he gets another yellow card, he is suspended, so who plays alongside Ozo in midfield? Who knows? I don't rate Eustace that highly, but Derby have sacked a lot of managers and all the good ones, Nuno, Roll, Potter, have already got new clubs. I don't think we were in the hunt for any of those anyway, to be honest. What were your thoughts on the game Saturday? I thought we were terrible. Genuinely terrible. The thing that frustrates me is Preston are in transition, lots of new players. Charlton are in transition, lots of new pressure, but look at where they are. Yeah, look at where we were 12 months ago. We was in a much better position 12 months ago. Thoughts on Forest sacking Ange after 39 days? Not surprised. Terrible appointment in the first place. If this was Paul Warne, IMO think he would have been sacked by now. I don't think he would have been sacked by now because if we look back to when Eustace was sacked, it was ultimately after, 8 straight defeats. So, afternoon, Mark. How you doing, bro? Marinakis is a narcissist egomaniac. Fair enough, Dom, if that's what you think. We spent all this money on players and Eustace can't get a thing out of them. I know, it's poor, isn't it? It's very poor. Appreciate the follow over on TikTok. Welcome in, Monty. Where's the fighters, not victims? Go on, use that catchphrase the whole of last season. And now it's proud of the efforts. I know. It's weird. Eustace has no personality. I know one wasn't great in interviews, but still was joking around, had personality. Eustace is just boring. Just says the same exact thing every interview. I agree. We'll be fine tomorrow and everything will be fine again. If we win tomorrow, hopefully. I think Eustace should stay. He's a good manager. Fair enough. Ajimang is the next big thing for the championship, mark my words. A lot of our players haven't had pre-season. Time is needed. He took a big chunk of our squad and they are not performing. Yeah. I'll tell you what your problem is. Dion Sanderson. Fair enough. He split the dressing room with Travis as captain. Wouldn't surprise me. Should have stayed at Rovers. Maybe so. Derby will have to sign a gaffer from Italy or Croatia at this rate. Wouldn't be surprised. Makes me laugh. George Oliver comes out with one silly comment, doesn't say it else. He probably put the comment in and disappeared because he's not willing to actually hear the discussion. He's just here to cause problems. Dion Sanderson has been one of our better players. I wouldn't agree with that. I want to throw this out there, but hear me out. Get Solskjaer as manager. We'll get them playing. I liked Solskjaer at United. Do I think it would be the same at Derby? I don't know. Do you really like Trav and Diaz and all the Blackburn boys? Trav I've not got an issue with. I think he's been decent. Diaz has been hit and miss. But other than that, I haven't really got a problem with them. Genuine question. Why did you make Travis captain? He only just joined. Honestly, I have no idea. I knew it was going to happen. I knew Travis would get the captaincy. But I didn't think it would be so soon, if that makes sense. You think you'll win tomorrow? Probably not, bro. Probably not. Pay the compensation for Carsley. Go for it. Appreciate the follow, Katie. Eustace is calling us Derby Rovers because most of our team is Blackburn. If you could pick 3 players from Forest, who would you take? Any. Derby County fan? Yes, Kurt. I am a Derby County fan. Do you think that all the negativity around the club is because of all the backroom staff leaving? There's only 3 main figures that have left, right? But I know for a fact that most of the analyst department has changed. Like, there's been so many changes across the course of the last 12 months. I genuinely don't know. When are your first videos coming out on the Life and Reacts channel? I don't know. I'm not going to lie. So if Eustace is sacked, who does everyone think we're getting in? IMO, I think we've got to look Gary O'Neill, Liam Rosenior or Des Buckingham. Liam Rosenior won't happen. Buckingham won't happen. Gary O'Neill maybe. I just don't think that will work. I don't think it'll happen, to be honest. 8th of November is going to be juicy. Oh, it's going to be ridiculous. I don't know if it will work. I don't know what will happen on that day, to be completely honest. Lee Carsley is a great shout. I don't think there's one performance, though, where we deserve to win. We were good against Southampton, but they look more threatening. We've never been comfortably better than anyone this year. I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. Score predictions for Portsmouth versus Coventry tomorrow night, Lewis. 2-1 Cov for me. Yeah, I'd probably go the same, to be fair. Why put the channels out then if you've not done any videos on them? Because I've just put the channels out there. The channels are coming. It's just I need to work out how it will work, if that makes sense. When OB is back, you'll go top of the league. Who knows? Up the Blues, must win tomorrow. I agree. Do you think Eustace is under pressure? Yes, I do. I genuinely do. I don't know how he can't be. 1 win in 10, you have to be under pressure. Have you seen the allocation for Blackburn away? 2,262. It's an absolute joke. Only initial allocation, so it'll be bumped up, but I thought it'd be around 7,000. They only have to give a certain amount based on the EFL rules. If he doesn't win, he gets sacked soon, probably. Who is it tomorrow? Norwich away. Norwich away. Honestly, he'll be sacked by Christmas, maybe. Please beat the Canaries. Fingers crossed. We're going to be fully sold. We will see. New team, new system, most unpredictable league, and we're in October. Yes, Tom, but we've won 1 game in 10, and we're bottom of pretty much every important statistic. There is no positive signs from this team. Did I say Norwich away? I apologise. I meant Norwich at home. I am there, by the way. We can tell who your true followers are, Lewis, as when we comment, even good or bad, we stay. Exactly. this whole situation, it's very interesting. Blues fans here, I happen to know John. Surprised to hear he's not doing well. Yeah, I'm hoping it does get better. I am hoping it does get better, but obviously you don't really know, do you? So I don't know. Stay with him, great manager, just a bad spell. I hope so. Must win tomorrow. If he goes, who will replace him? I'd put an arm and a leg out to go and get Lee Carsley, but obviously I don't know. I don't know. Travis has been our worst player this season. He's crap, so glad he's injured, so we don't have to watch him. Watch him play. Shocking. Not leader material. A joke that he's got the captain's armband. Fair enough. Norwich at home, not Norwich away. Yes, apologies. Richard, I asked a Blackburn fan earlier. He said we'll get 5k minimum, so hopefully knows what he's on about. I think I'll get to away membership. Home, Lewis, not away. Sorry, my apologies. We are getting Sean Dyche, so that's Forest putting the seatbelt on to stay in the Prem. Gary O'Neill, I'd love to see Rooney back in, but you'd have to be careful with money. I had nothing against him. Do his job and get that clown Manning out of the club. Might happen tomorrow if we win a game. Want him to stay, but it's a results business. I went Oxford Saturday, it was crap. You'll never get Carsley. He played for us, so there's always a possibility. You never know. Do you want him to stay? I'm not opposed. At the moment, I'm not opposed. Watch how many players will go hiding. None of them want to move and find the ball. I agree. Appreciate the follow, Daniel. Appreciate the follow. Up the Blades. Welcome in. I'm assuming your name's Brad Smith. Steven Gerrard should be #1 target as manager. Not 100% sure on that one, but you never know. Everyone's welcome to their opinions. Hi, mate. Being a Leicester fan, I rate your boss, John. Do you know something? I rate him, but ultimately it's not working at the moment. Appreciate the follow. I'm a Giant. Score prediction against Norwich. Honestly, I wouldn't even want to give one. I wouldn't want to give one. He's got Agyemang, Carlton, Morris mixed up. Morris needs to be behind Agyemang. I don't agree with that, to be honest. I don't think Morris and Agyemang should play together. I don't think it works unless they're playing as a 2 rather than a 1-on-1, if that makes sense. Never seen the atmosphere so bad. We'll be in League One next season. Thought Eustace was the Messiah. Was taking you up at the start of the season with super skipper Travis. I never said he'd take us up. Never said that. Can't keep a manager because you like them. Business is driven on results. 100% agree. How long would you give Eustace? I don't know. I genuinely think this next run of games will determine his future. The problem with our strikers is they're all the same. There's no different player playing. I agree. Was looking at tickets on Friday. So many empty seats. Appreciate the follow, Milo McLaren. What about McLaren with us? What about McLaren? Just popping out for a smoke. No worries, Paul. No worries. I think Russell Martin be a good appointment for the Rams as well. Not sure about Russell Martin. I'm assuming you mean Steve McLaren. He's at Jamaica, isn't he? Who would you get in? Lee Carsley would be my shout. 2 home games in a row, no less than 6 points or he's gone. Don't disagree. Who would the replacement be? I'd like to say Lee Carsley, but I don't know. You'll definitely beat us on the 22nd. Who have we got on the 22nd? Villa fan here. I have no clue on the situation, but I'm going to say he should stay. Am I right? Most people will agree with you, and many people won't. Think we should play Morris in the 10 and Agyemang up front. We've tried that, and I just don't think it works. If he goes, do you think we should get Steve Cooper? No. Lose 2 more. I know Ange has a new place in Notts. I hope not. Let's put it that way. Derby. Although, to be fair, Ange is what I think we need, that type of football. But I don't know. Derby going down. Maybe. Anything can happen. Get Lampard back. Won't happen. Play them both up top. I'd do that. Definitely on the card. You really think Lee Carsley would come? He's fine with the under-21s at the moment. What would his motivation be? Former Derby player? That's all the motivation you really need. Eustace proved that. Our midfield, I fear, is the issue. We're too light in there. I don't think we're light in midfield. I just don't think we have any creativity. Eustace has done a great job at Blues and Blackburn. I'd say give him more time. Fair enough. Blackburn fan here. Eustace football is dire, but he steadied the ship for us. We need McGoldrick back. You heard it, Ange to take us up. You never know, do you? You never know. No to Russell Martin. He'll make Derby pass the ball sideways and backwards. I'd give him until Sheffield United game next week. I'd be eyeing up the likes of Steven Gerrard right now. There's so many people that that seem to like Gerrard, and I'm not sure why. Lewis, what's your opinion? Eustace in or out? As of this moment, as I'm sitting here, I'm in. If we lose tomorrow, I'm moving the other direction. Appreciate the follow, George. George misses Festi Ebiselli. Fair enough, bro. Think it's just you with Ange to Derby. I don't think Ange will come, to be fair. The system doesn't work. The right-hand side is always weak as the winger is never wide. I agree. Would you take Conor Hourihane? Probably not at this point. I think Buxton would be a great appointment. He's just taken the job at Alfreton, so I don't think that'll happen. I'm not having Gerrard managing my football club. I don't really know about Gerrard. I'd have to do a bit more research on him. Give him 5 more games. Fair enough. You lot will win tomorrow, though. I hope so. How you doing, Freddie, bro? How are you doing, Freddie? What have you just packed? Eustace go, in my opinion, if we lose tomorrow. Maybe. David Wagner. Where is he nowadays? Appreciate the follow, Stonky. Where is he nowadays? Will you be live after the game tomorrow? Not sure, Richard. It will depend on what time I get home. I'll be live before it, though, 100%. Why not Gerrard? I'm not sure about Gerrard, to be fair. Bro, got to wait till December. Nothing yet. Fair enough. Can't believe you nicked all our players, mate. Rovers, by the way. Fair enough. You can have Manning. I'll pass on that one. He doesn't seem to be doing a great job for you. Danny Roll would have been good if it wasn't for Rangers. I do like Danny Roll, but we'll see. I'd give him to the next international break. Fair enough. Dean Smith. Isn't he at Charlotte at the moment? Stay, you're all being silly. Fair enough. I'm going to put a bet on we lose 5-0 at half time. Fair enough. Yeah, but you have got to think this could affect us even more if Eustace goes. Of course, it can always affect you. It can. 100%. It can always impact you. Rangers fans are desperate for Gerrard to come back, but he's rejected them, saying the timing is off. Fair enough. I scored 2 goals. One was a last-minute penalty to make it 4-4 in a cup game. Then we scored again in extra time, win the match. Love that, bro. Roller's just on Rangers. He has. If you could persuade Hoff to come to Derby, he would do a good job. Fair enough. If Eustace goes, who are we going to replace within a month? Who knows? To be fair, Gerrard has dodgy friends back in Liverpool. He's staying in Bahrain to stay out of gang trouble. Wouldn't surprise me. Need someone like Clough or Rowett again. How's Morris playing, mate? I think Morris has been one of our better players so far this season, if I am completely honest. You look when Rooney went, how difficult it was for the players and Rafinha. I thought we was actually good under Rafinha, to be honest. But honestly, who knows? Crazy to think we've only won 1 game all season. The only other team that is shit is Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United. Why do you think we brought in 0 wingers or creative midfielders? Honestly, I have no idea. No idea. Stevie Mac return again, calling it now. We will see. I think we've got to keep to at least the next international break. Replacements aren't good enough. Could be anyone nowadays. Don't have to just go for out-of-work managers. That is very true, but would we be willing to pay? That's my question. Get Zidane as manager. Fair. Only one guy out there, Kev Keegan, attacking football. I would love it. I would love it if we beat them. You lot were buzzing when you took Eustace from Rovers. He's not all that. He was really good for us last season. Would take Liam Manning, to be fair. I've always rated him. He's not done a great job at Norwich, though. Keep Eustace for a while. December. Fair enough. Sheffield United have won 2 games, Lewis. More than... Really? I thought they'd only won 1. Unpopular opinion, I don't think Rafinha should have gone, but if he stayed, we'd be fighting to stay up in League One. No, I don't agree with that, Richard. I think we'd have been same place as where we ended with 1, to be fair, in that first season. Need to bench Ajiman, get Morris back where he's effective at the start. I agree. What about Bijang? Go on, give me Big Ange. Fozzie respectfully needs to hang up his boots. Get Nuno in. Is at West Ham. Johnston's a pound shot. Wilson, we lost our best attacking option on the wing. Well, he's out until January, so not a surprise, to be fair. Seriously, though, would you take Cooper? I mean, he did help Forest. He's just took a job at, is it Bromby? I think. So I doubt that will happen, to be honest. I'll take Eustace back at Birmingham all day. What's Billy Davis doing? No idea. Getty and Everett? Probably not. He needs to go, says DCFC Agi. Fair enough. Like I said, if we lose both tomorrow night and on Saturday, he'll be sat Saturday evening. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, Lewis, Sheffield United have won 2 games this season. I didn't realise that, to be fair. You said you were picking Mrs. up. Where is she? She's gone out for dinner with one of her friends. She has. Do you guys not rate him? I'd take him back at Brom every day of the week. I rate him. He's just not been very good at the start of this season. And it's that sort of time where you sort of need it to hit, if that makes sense. You need to get points on the board, and we don't have any. Can you imagine our defenders with Big Ange's high line? Do you know something? Get the high line going. Get the high line going. In Jan, we need a replacement for Briatan Diaz. Don't disagree. Gareth Southgate won't come to Derby. I expected Derby to be doing well with the money you've spent. Sorry, guys. I do too. I did too, genuinely. 1 win in 10. I don't blame him solely, but he's made bad decisions this season. I agree. You guys lost at Oxford? Yeah, we did. No comment on the matter. Fair enough, Mike. Zetterstrom, Johnston, Nelson, Sanderson, Elder, Adams, Travis, Clark, Diaz, Adjumang, Morris. Being serious, how Angie's staying in knots. Just told the neighbour he has something in the pipeline. I doubt it will be anything to do with us. As a Norwich fan, Tuesday will be the last game. Will be his last game. Same for Liam Manning. Fair enough. Was hopeful after Southampton, but Saturday was hugely worrying. I agree. It's not working. Getting a bit fed up of the constant negative comments towards Derby. Fletch, this is not negative comments towards Derby. I'm just discussing the situation. Positives and negatives. And if you look at the situation, there's not many positives for Derby County at the moment, unfortunately. And I know that's sad. I know it's disappointing, but that's just the situation we find ourselves in. If Eustace was sacked and we hadn't announced an appointment in time for the game, would Matt Gardner or Keith Downing be put in charge? I'm not sure, to be fair. I imagine it would be a question. Eustace would probably say till February. Who are you going to the match with tomorrow? I'm not sure at the moment, to be honest. I don't think so. If we lose, I think he'll be gone. Sunderland signed 14 players this season, more than us. And look how well they've played. We can't use to give it. I agree. Can you give it till after Saturday? Who knows? Ask David Clowes. I was at the Derby game the game against Derby on Saturday. What did you think, Kyra? Can you give it till after Saturday? Get Eustace gone. Up the Forest, you Reds. Boo is all I have to say to that. Put money on it, guys. And in charge in November. Eustace gone. Eustace hasn't gone. Lewis, random question. What's our best ever chant? Abdul Kamara, a bit of a rogue one. I don't know, to be fair. I don't know. I always think chants are always... It depends on the player for me. Need Curtis Davis to be manager. Getting at Huddersfield. Warning. You want him at Huddersfield, really? Really? I don't know. Oh, it's terrible. We hate Nottingham. We do. Zetterstrom needs to stop playing so well. Brentford will come in. How's Dion Sanderson doing? Okay. What about Michael Carrick? That's someone I mentioned in my video that's coming out in about 45 minutes. I support Oxford. Very happy with the result, but I was shocked Derby didn't win, to be honest. Fair enough. Norwich fan, you'll beat us tomorrow. We are truly dreadful. We both are. Who would you want instead? I have no idea, to be honest. You can keep... hope you lot sign him. Fair enough. Let me just reply to this. One second. There we go. I support Stoke, fair enough. Roy Keane now then. I don't know about Roy Keane. What do we think of Forest? Shit. What do we think of shit? Forest. But honestly, it's a disappointing position we find ourselves in, isn't it? Let's be honest. It is disappointing. What are you replying to? Oh, it was a tweet, Richard. It was a tweet. Have Valerian Ishmael if you want. I'll pass, thank you. Where's Ibuka to save us? Got sent off for the 18s. There's still chance for miracles. Who knows? Who knows? As a Norwich fan, do you reckon we beat you tomorrow? Probably, Hayden. How you doing, Max, bro? How are you doing? Bring Anjin. Fair enough. Wouldn't be opposed. Be honest, Lewis, realistically, do you think you'll hit 3,000 subs by the end of 2025? I need 120, so I don't know. Maybe. Feel really bad for Clouds, put so much into this season and these levels are so bad from the team. I agree. Appreciate the follow, Dylan. Need to give him more time, hoping it clicks, but we've been diabolical this season. I agree. Lewis, do you think John Eustace should stay or leave? I'm not sure. Remember we hated Warren the season we went up at the start of the season, then boom. Well, that's why I'm not quite Eustace out yet. Because it could turn around, but it needs to turn around. Selfson needs to be given the opportunity from the start. IMO up front with Ajimang, with Morris in behind. I'm not sure about playing 3 strikers, if I'm honest. What are you having for tea tonight, Lewis? I'm having Greg sausage roll and chips. Honestly, I don't know, to be honest. 18s, he's bigger than that. Give him the first team. Matt Bloomfield, no thank you. He took Luton down and then got sacked from Luton. So, I don't think so. King Kev would play 3 strikers. Fair. Don't think he should go before 14 games. After that, if we are still playing like we are, he will go. Diaz is a miss. Scored a worldie at Wrexham and that's it. Don't disagree. Don't necessarily disagree. Take Liam Manning off us. I'll pass on that one. How's Morris? Missing him from a Luton fan. I think he's been one of our better players, to be fair, Jacob. Smash us tomorrow, please. Do you know something? I've been listening to some Norwich fans talk, and I think that if we can beat Norwich, pretty set, aren't we? So, if we beat Norwich, hopefully it gives the confidence, but I don't know. If we do get a new manager, imagine how long it would take for him to get used to the players. I don't disagree. It will take a long time. Hi, mate. We can have Eustace back if you want. I am going for a 4-4. Fair enough. Morris wins everything in the air, holds the ball up, but we've got nobody around him. Spot on. Has to go. Did Steve and our players work out? Well, we're above you, aren't we? So, what is the reason you lot have been poor, haven't kept up the past few? We're just not creating chances, to be quite honest, Ben. Just not creating chances. Eustace has got to stay the season at least, fair enough. 1 point. Well, if it was the end of the season, you'd be down, we wouldn't. So, got to beat Norwich tomorrow, I agree. 3-1 Derby, Morris to score. What do you think the ideal starting 11 is? So, if everybody's fit, Zetterstrom, Johnston, Langas, Clark, Beck, Ozo, Travis, Blackett, Taylor, Clark, Brewster, Morris. That's my ideal 11. Is it end of the season? No, not anywhere close. He's not tactical enough. We have the talent. His system isn't good enough. I don't disagree. Thoughts on Man United beating Liverpool and then Liverpool losing 4 in a row? IMO, if Liverpool lose 3 more, Schlott will be sacked. Genuinely, it depends on performances. They probably should have won yesterday. Didn't Gakpo hit the post 3 or 4 times? The Owen Beck injury is ridiculously managed from the medical team. We were told he'd be back after the first international break and he won't play until after the third. I know, it's ridiculous. We need to go out and smash a team 4 or 5-0 just to get the confidence and the attacking flow back into this team. I agree. Thoughts on Stoke's start? I think you've been fairly decent, haven't you? Are you still sat in the top 6? Let me just have a look. I'm pretty sure you sat in the top 6, aren't you? I think Stoke have been fairly good. Yeah, you sat 3rd on 18 points. Can't really complain, can you, as a Stoke fan? Welcome back, Derby Edits. Welcome back, Sean Dyche. Lol. Has he been announced at Forest yet? Has he actually been announced? The problem with Derby is they need to keep the ball on the ground and play as a team. I agree. 100 million %. Be more free Stoke. I'm assuming you mean freedom with it. Oxford are just amazing. Fair enough. 20 more subs until 2.9. I know, you're spot on, mate. You're spot on, hopefully. Get what I mean? Freedom. Yeah. I get what you mean. 100%. Appreciate the follow, Ben. Welcome in. How are you all doing? What are your thoughts? Honestly, I'm very 50-50 on the situation. I don't really know what position we're in, if I'm honest. I wasn't expecting you to have such a bad start, neither was I. Well, Oxford aren't just amazing. They lost to Watford. Yeah, I don't think Oxford are that good. Genuinely, I don't think they were that good. But he's under pressure. I agree. If Derby was to sack Eustace, who would you replace him with? I'd do whatever I could to get Lee Carsley. You've obviously got what's it called? You've got the likes of Michael Carrick, who's out there. There's options out there, but I don't know who we'll go for. I thought we missed Travis Saturday. I agree. I thought we missed Travis. I say stay. If you look at all other available managers, it will just get worse. Fair enough. Stoke have had so many dark seasons in the bottom half of the table, so pleased for them, especially consider. Yeah, I'm happy for Stoke. I'm happy to see them doing well. Let's put it that way. If we go and win against Norwich, hopefully the team will get some more confidence. Fingers crossed. The problem with Derby is they always try and walk it in. You're right. Come on, guys. 26 watching. Only one like. Come on, guys. Hit that like button. Go on. When is Travis and Beck back? Travis is about 6 weeks. Beck, I'm not sure. Can you put sub button back on now? Maybe for the next one. We didn't miss Travis. He's crap. Fair enough, Richard. Where do you sit? North. Up the Norwich. I bet there. I'll be there with Norwich tomorrow. Fair enough. Enjoy it, bro. We have no wit. Beck. Waste of a loan. I don't disagree. Only one watching on the portrait stream. Really? It says 4 for me. It says 4. The portrait stream's quite interesting, to be fair. What stand you sit in? North. Derby 2, Norwich 0, says Dylan. But genuinely, we have been shit. 6 weeks, flipping out, yeah. 6 weeks. So he won't be back till after the international break. Why did you take the sub button off again? People were essentially coming in the stream, clicking subscribe to see the number change, and then clicking off, which is obviously bad. Appreciate the gifts, Ben. Thank you. Fozzie cost us Saturday. I think they all cost us, to be fair. From what I saw on Saturday, we just didn't win the second ball. Pretty much story of the season. Didn't win the second ball, didn't win the first ball, didn't win the third ball, the fourth ball, the fifth ball. Didn't win any of it. Genuinely shocked. We've been so bad. We have been very, very bad. And that's sort of where my issue is. If we weren't bad, I'd think differently. Eustace to say, to be honest, if he's going to go only at the end of the season. In all seriousness, if he got sacked, what names would you go for? Carrick, Carsley, I don't know, what else? He should have stayed at Blackburn, fair enough. I'm not there tomorrow night. I'm glad, as I don't want to watch 90 minutes of this dross on that Saturday, though. Fair enough. Derby 1, Norwich 3, says Monty. Are we disillusioned because of what Jay did at Blackburn? Well, to be fair, he had Birmingham and Blackburn in the top 6, then was forced out and stuff like that. So I don't know. Interesting. Too stubborn with his system. I agree. I definitely agree. He's definitely stubborn with the way we're playing. Definitely. But hopefully he can sort that out. I'd go for David Moyes. We won't get anywhere near David Moyes. He's at Everton, isn't he? So Eustace was unfairly sacked at Blackburn. He was. Appreciate the follow, PC. We will take him at Blackburn. Fair enough. He's got the players to do it and isn't doing it. I'm all good, Katie's bro. How are you? It's worse than Warren and we wanted him gone. Well, that's sort of my point about this whole discussion. If this was Paul Warren, then it'd already be gone. Like, it'd already be sort of done with, if that makes sense. You think Charlton and Hull will stay top most of the season? I think they'll end up near the bottom, to be honest. It's Driller, change my name. No worries, bro. No worries. On paper, that team would be flourishing if it didn't say Derby County above it. I agree. I think they'll end up bottom half. We've only got 2 more games this month, and they're both at home. That's where we pick up draws. Eustace got the players he wanted, made no notes why he left it. Make sure you think of me on Fridays. It's my birthday. I'll make sure to wish you a happy birthday. Thoughts on Liverpool versus Man United? Honestly, interesting game. You heard it here first. Lamine Yamal for Derby County manager. Fair enough. Is it his players, though, with director of football pulling the strings? I believe so, yes. I believe so. I think Eustace isn't the problem. I think it's the players. Fair enough. Appreciate the follow, user. It's simple. Klaus has got a big call to make if we lose these next 2 games. I agree. I definitely agree. We've got about 56 of you in the stream, so hit that follow button, hit that like button. I'm doing all good, Joe. How are you doing? Lewis Everett, Derby manager. Let's go for it. Appreciate the follow, Joe. What have you missed? I've just been discussing whether John Eustace should stay or go, to be fair. That's all we've been doing, really. So I think Eustace isn't the problem. I think it's the players. But they're his players. So there's no chance we're winning 3-1. IMO will be lucky to scrape a draw tomorrow night. Honest prediction is 2-0 defeat. But optimistic prediction is 1-1 draw. Not baiting this time? No, of course not. I never bait. Get Anjin. He's just bought a flat in Notts. Not going to lie, if we lose to Derby, Manning got to go, so is our sporting director. Do you think Fozzie should be on the bench? Probably. Doing a great job. What's the verdict then? It's a very 50-50 at the minute. It is. I can't believe your fans were giving it big to Blackburn when you got him. Now you want him sacked. Well, realistically, what he did last season was unbelievable for us. So... what was the vote? I missed it. About Eustace staying or going. You haven't missed it, Joe. It's over on YouTube, on my community page. Is it his coaching team? Not a fan of Downing? I don't know, to be honest. I reckon you beat Norwich. I don't know if we will. Team for tomorrow. Zetterstrom, Johnston, Langas, Clark, Elder, Ozo, Adams, Brewster on the right, Clark in the middle, Blackett Taylor on the left, Morris is your number 9. Why should he go? I don't think he's done as bad as everyone thinks. Give me 4 weeks, then decide. Well, the current stats. You want to see the current stats of the poll? Give me 1 second. Current stats of the poll are very in Eustace's favour. 72% are saying Eustace should stay. 28% are saying that he should go at the minute. You should look at the data, Sam, behind the performances. Go on FootMob and look through all the team data for Derby. We're at the bottom of most of it. He got exactly who he wanted. If he's not doing the business, then sack him. Don't disagree. Lewis Travis has been fairly good for us, in my opinion. He just got injured. One thing I will say is, and Norwich need to be aware, beware of a wounded tiger. We'll be up for it. I hope we will. Yeah, but he's got his squad back. What do you think? I don't know. I'm very in the middle. Appreciate the gift, Andy. Appreciate the gift. It's a hard one. I like JE, but I also like Paul Warren. I think another 3 or 4 games. Getting gone. We have no winger. I agree. I think that the problem, not him, but I think we need to go to 4 at the back, not 5. We've been playing 4. Don't like the narrow system, neither. Keep him, send you down. I believe we should play 3-4-3. I think go for 3-5-2, fuck it. If Derby are 1-0 down at half time, we've hardly touched ball, hardly had a shot. What is your half time team talk if you were Eustace? Fuck. There we go. I know I keep asking, is there any chance you can do a stream on Skate 4? It's really good. I probably will at some point. My halftime team talk, if I was Eustace, would be, you're all crap, bloody score, fair enough. Will you be going Derby vs Norwich? Yes. How many minutes until you move on to Twitch? At about 6 o'clock, Richard, at about 6 o'clock. How do you find team data on FootMob? So if you go on to the Championship and then click Stats, there should be an option between player and team. And you just click the team. Keep him. We can't just sack him for a bad bit of form. He's the reason we're still in the league. I don't disagree. Who's a better club in your opinion, Lewis? WBA or Derby? Derby. Langas has to start. I rate Sanderson, but Langas will show up the defence. I hope so. I say give him until the next international break, but if nothing changes, he's got to go. How you doing, Moles? How are you doing? Oxford is just too good for you. Oxford weren't that good. Sanderson has been better of the two. Fair enough. Fitness, but Langas and Clark work well together. Can't you play the baggies every week? I hope so. Is it easy to get onto Twitch? Yeah, pretty much. Do you want me to put the link in chat for you, Monty? I'll put the link in chat for you. Give me a second. Oxford battered us. Yeah, but but let's be honest, right? Oxford aren't that good. Oxford aren't that good. They aren't. Genuinely, they aren't that good. We are making teams look better. We are. 19 shots, I don't know about that. But just because you have 19 shots, it doesn't mean you're great. Do you know what I mean? Like, hang on. Let me get up the data, right? We made you look better than you are, right? That's what people don't seem to understand, is that you can have 20, 30 shots in a game. It doesn't mean that you're outrageous. Right, so let's look, right? You had 2.1 XG from 19 shots. Fair enough, right? But other than that, you're piss poor. How many of those shots were in the box? You had 13 shots in the box, but you only hit the target 7 times. So, you realistically need to do better. Team, if we're going 3-5-2, Zetterstrom, Elder, Clark, Langas, Sanderson, Johnston, Ozo Adams, Clark, Murray, Selfson. Yeah, probably. Thanks, bro. No worries. Lewis, remember Richard is still in chat. Swearing to a minute. Apologies, Paul. Apologies. You were looking to get those 3 points against WA. Probably the worst team to play. Yeah, we're awful. So, Eustace's post-match talk was he seems stubborn. I don't think he knows what he's doing. Right now, I don't. Mr. Victim strikes again. It's me. It's not me. It's the players. Liverpool couldn't hit a barn door last night. No one to blame but themselves. Yeah, exactly. We told you the truth, but you all said we was being salty about him leaving. Well, at the end of the day, when we was having those discussions, Derby County were one of the form teams in the division. So it's a different conversation. How can a manager not know what he's doing? Honestly, who knows? What are you expecting from Eustace when you signed him from Blackburn? To shore it up, make us a better side, improve the quality of player that we could bring in, which is exactly what he's done. The quality of player we have now is better than what we had last season, but ultimately, he can't make it work. These are the exact same problems he was having at Rovers and at Brom. What? Didn't create any chances? Have you listened to John Eustace's pre-match interview ahead of tomorrow's game? Yes, I have. Eustace in or Eustace out if we lose tomorrow? Well, if we lose, make sure you're active on your socials. because there'll probably be a stream. Eustace has always been defensively sound, but when we go 1-0 down, we can't win. I agree. I agree, Joe. My worry is if he goes, who do we get? Lee Carsley. Go and get Lee Carsley. Love a bit of Lee Carsley. You got half our players. He got the players he wanted. Doesn't seem to be doing any better. No, I agree. Apologies. Yeah, people saying, oh, he kept Rovers in the league. No, Sammy Smodics kept. Yeah, but then he kept us in the league without Sammy Smodics, so that doesn't really work. He won 3 from 18 when he left us for you lot, I think. Fair enough. I would just want a clean sheet. You're not the only one. Bobby to go. I don't know, to be fair, mate. Hope you're okay though, bro. Nah, we don't, bro. Half the players is a stretch. Yeah, the only player we actually signed directly from Blackburn Rovers was Lewis Travis. Everyone else didn't. Appreciate the follow over on Twitch, Monty. We'll be live solely on Twitch in about 4 minutes' time playing FC 26. Welcome in, Monty. How are you doing, bro? How are you doing? So those of you who are on, TikTok, get yourself on twitch.tv. Get yourself on here if you are on TikTok. Pin the comment. Get yourself on there because that's where we're going to be soon. Go on, Ebu. I'm exactly the same. I think we need to stop saying Ebu every time. Ebu is not even that good anymore. Spot on. I'm all good, Monty. Thanks. I'm all good. He takes out the whole team. Fair. You're playing better foot. Stay, but if we lose on Tuesday and Saturday, that's sort of the position I'm in. If we lose both games this week, he's got to go. Genuinely, I just heard Zinedine Zidane, former Real Madrid, Juventus, and France, is interested in the manager. I hope so. Like I said on Friday, I'll probably be getting a Twitch account as I hit the age criteria. Perfect. Get yourself on there then. Buckets out, especially those data guys they hired and then got rid of. Don't even get me started on the players and on the people that we've hired and fired. We'll probably do a stream at some point discussing that, to be honest with you. We are lucky most of the teams are playing almost as bad as us. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Who would you have as manager if he goes? My shout would be Lee Carsley. Genuinely, that's who I'd go for. You reckon you beat us when we play? I don't know, honestly. Thing is with us, how much time do we give Ishmael? But who do you get in the same week? Yeah, that is the situation. Do you see us playing 4-4-2 with Blackett, Taylor and Ward on the wing? I think Ward deserves a chance, 100%. But obviously it's his injury situation. Richard, I understand, but still have to mention it to Lewis as there's a few young... Yeah, exactly. Don't think we should be starting Vyman. I agree. I don't think we should go. To a 4. Sorry, didn't see the video on signings. What was your rating? You can watch it after, bro. You can watch it after. Right, well, to those of you on TikTok, appreciate you all for stopping by. If you haven't done so already, hit the follow button, smash the like button, everything like that. We post daily content over on TikTok. We are going to be calling it a day on this stream right now, in terms of YouTube and TikTok. If you are on Twitch, stay live. We'll be going on to FC 26. If you want to come and watch, head on over to twitch.tv/Lewis_Everett1. I will put it in the TikTok chat, and I will put it in both chats on YouTube and stuff like that, for you guys to get yourself into. So, score predictions for tomorrow. I'm going to say, I don't know, 0-0. 0-0. But if you want to join, head on over to twitch.tv/Lewis_Everett1 and get yourselves into the chat. And I will see you. I'll see you over on Twitch. Thank you all so much for stopping by. But we will catch you over on Twitch if you do want to join. So I'll catch you there. See you later over on TikTok. Bye bye, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the discussion. It's been a good one. But I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Right, well, that is TikTok ended. And for those of you on YouTube, thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. I will catch you. I will catch you later on. Thank you for stopping by, though. Thank you for stopping by, Richard. I will see you tomorrow. But yeah, that's going to be it on YouTube. Just give me 2 seconds. See you later, YouTube. And see you later, YouTube, on Portrait. There we go. Dumb.